$2.3 billion in supplementary appropriation passed. The IMA detects coral bleaching at Buku Reef. Emerging Tobago designer shines at fashion show with her thesis collection, and PH driver held for the alleged rape of a 14-year-old girl. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, June 12, 2024. To our top story. Senate has approved $2.3 billion in supplemental appropriation of the national budget for fiscal 2024. The Senate debate wrapped up around 10 p.m. last night, but not before Finance Minister Com Imbert had some words to say about how the media was handling the $2.3 billion supplemental appropriation.
So I am looking at how the media is building up this thing. The media review. The minister must talk about value-added tax. He must talk about refunds. He must talk about the development program. He must talk about new sources of revenue. I do all of that in 40 minutes. It's ridiculous. But I see the build-up. And then they go and they ask economists from the university, what should the minister talk about? And then you get a whole shopping list of what the minister is supposed to talk about.
Minister Imbert explained that despite what the media might say, the debate on the supplementary appropriation bill does not involve discussions on the government's fiscal measures, but rather is to approve additional funding for various heads of government.
So that the budget is an estimate, and permanent secretaries are expected to manage their allocation in a way that we don't have to come and ask for a supplementary appropriation. But I have not found a single year, I've gone back 30 years, and I haven't found a single year where there has not been a supplementary appropriation bill.
As for the concerns about the government seeking to increase the deficit in the budget, Imbert explained that the economy did better than expected, resulting in the country not incurring $4.5 billion deficit as expected.
We actually incurred a fiscal deficit of $1 billion. So if we keep going and we add the 2.3 that we're doing now and we spend the whole amount, we will actually end up with a fiscal deficit this year of $3.3 billion. We may or may not. But I am certain that at the end of the year, the budget deficit will come in exactly where we had estimated, or maybe even lower.
Most of the $2.3 billion supplemental was aimed at settling arrears and treating with extraordinary expenditure. While Independent Senator Dr. Maria Dillon Remy requested that the Ministry of Finance reconsider allocating only $50 million to the THA for oil spill cleanup. During the debate on the supplemental appropriation for fiscal 2024, Dr. Dillon Remy stated that the figure is inadequate to meet the highlighted needs and questioned the source of the funding. More details in this report from Candice Jackson.
Independent Senator Dr. Maria Dillon Remy expressed disappointment that the Ministry of Finance has allocated only $50 million to the THA for oil spill cleanup in Tobago. This comes despite Finance Minister Com Imbert's claim that the THA provided documentation supporting only $50 million rather than the initially requested $153 million.
Yes, we have a national disaster, and I would imagine that if it's a national disaster, you would treat it as such. And therefore, the allocation that would go to Tobago for this is going to be significant.
However, when compared to the total national budget supplementation, which is mainly purposed for paying arrears, Dr. Dillon Remy disapproves.
How can this be when you are asking for $2.3 billion? You have a national disaster in Tobago for an oil spill has created havoc in Tobago, and only $50 million could be allocated to Tobago.
Additionally, she questioned the government's integrity in financially dealing with a national disaster in Tobago when they have received over $250 from CAF and are in the process of receiving $23 million from the IOPC.
The majority of funding intended designated to Tobago is coming from external sources. So I am asking what priority or percentage of the pie was Tobago given from what is being allocated from the consolidated fund.
Furthermore, the THA is only receiving funding for the oil spill in the supplemental fund, while it continues to owe contractors several $100 million. Dr. Dylan Remy argued that the THA should have received funding to clear some of these bills in line with the theme of the supplementary appropriation bill.
And now that these people are cleared, they would not have money cleared after the forensic audit, the results of the forensic audit. They are not going to have the money to pay them. So in other words, the lack of employment through the construction industry is going to continue.
In immediate response to her argument, Senator Randall Mitchell explained that some money received from external sources will go to Trinidadian-based companies, while other costs will be addressed at a later date.
I should say Trinidad and Tobago agencies based in Trinidad that went over there also bore some of the expenses, the liabilities. And it is ongoing, and we're sure that there are more and more liabilities that will come up. And those will be discharged with, because we are Trinidad and Tobago.
Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
According to Government Senator Lawrence Hislop, $50 million for oil spill relief might not seem like much, but it makes sense to clear some of the bills that stood up to the scrutiny. He defended the Minister of Finance's decision to grant the THA only $50 million despite the original $153 million request. He assured that more funding will be made available in due time. Here's more.
I hear the concerns that the 50 million is not enough. And that may be true to one extent.
However, Senator Lawrence Hislop is defending Finance Minister Carm Imber's decision to grant the THA only $50 million to deal with expenses from the oil spill cleanup. He explained that the figure was validated based on invoices for February and March.
It is not he that made that decision. It was an interrogation of documents that were sent, and the technocrats at the ministry, along with the technocrats at the Tobago House of Assembly, came to this $50 million based on invoices.
He believed this certification made sense to him. Meanwhile, the government has received criticism for leaving out relief for fishermen in the $50 million allocation. Hislop added that he empathizes with their concerns.
And I understand the challenge that they face with their livelihood being affected. But I'm positive that I'm part of an organization, part of a government, part of an institution that will make the necessary provisions.
Hislop urged Tobagonians to be grateful for the $50 million allocation, as it will go a long way in assisting several small businesses that contributed to the response and relief efforts.
And it means that they're getting paid, they can pay their bills, they can pay the loans in the bank, and so their business can continue. And so we can't just sweep it under the carpet that 50 million is not enough, and we make noise. That, to me, doesn't make sense.
Hislop also noted that from several other oil spill response efforts nationally and internationally, it might take a few years to resolve all financial concerns. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Still to come, we chat with emerging Tobago designer on her thesis collection, and later more oil to be removed from the Gulf Stream barge. Stay with us.
The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service, where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Coconut Shepherd's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bulge oil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tobago, the date has been set. Saturday, June 22nd, we head to the Jade Monkey once again for the launch of their 2024 Jufi and Mass Band presentation for Tobago Carnival. On Saturday, June 22nd, we gather at the Jade Monkey to get a glimpse of the Jade Monkey Mass presentation for 2024, the Tobago Festival, and also the launch of the Jade Monkey Jufi, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I come from the Twin Island.
Get ready for another year of Tobago Carnival with the best band in Tobago, Jade Monkey Mass and the Jade Monkey Jufi. So come out on June 22nd as we launch Monkey See, Monkey Do Jufi, and for Tobago Mass, the Tobago Festival's presentation brought to you by the Jade Monkey. This one powered by Carib, Digicel, and Next 99.1 FM, a member of the TTT Limited Media Network. Jade Monkey.
Go down in the center, go down.
Everything, I get me ticket in my bag, me get everything there. Me ready for them today. Oh Lord, me excited, you know. This thing I excited about. So long this car for start. Wait, 9:30 already, and we still home here. Me not like the late thing, Richard. I wonder what to... We can't take this late story on your spin wrong every time. Me don't want to meet down the late, you know, like I do one them, I must feel them a reach before me. Richard! It's time for us to leave here. Come now, man, you just like a spinning time.
Don't forget your stick, or you'll get over there.
Oh, God, oh, me no manage you don't make it, touch your darling. Let me go.
Oh, God, me forget my flag.
Oh, God, you forget something again.
Me forget my flag.
We ain't going again now.
Flag.
Oh, gosh, man.
Yes, we ready. There we go.
But wait, these boys little girl rest this spot I touched to put it in the car. What is wrong with them, boy? Let me do my thing myself, yes? Wait, Flora, where you going? Well, I'm going sports. I'm going to pick up my mother, my children, my grandchildren, and I'm going sports. I know coming by you to get some food, you going away? Nah, man. Well, I have to come with you. That's not a problem. You gotta come with me in the sports. Well, here now. I don't get on a blue just so we go pump. Let me help you with the pot. Well, right, let's go. And take it to the car. Let's go. And then we go and pick up the rest. Yeah.
How long we waiting for this man to come?
I'm sure he's when he calling me there, you know. Yeah, babe.
Look how long we waiting on you here now, man.
I come in and tell her in the garage.
And them children waiting, I show them how long outside there.
They know money to make.
Me and them children leaving. We going and catch car?
Yeah, I know Jersey already.
But Jersey, you're telling me about, but I iron the Jersey.
Well, I know, let's go ahead. But I come in. You know when you see a dark in that blue Jersey there is what?
Goodbye. Sharon, come, let we go, eh? Your father? Waste that time. I don't know what he was doing so long and up to now he ain't come yet. Come, let we go.
That's nonsense.
Oh, now we going. Hello, you all need to hush. We going and catch car and we going to sports. Just put out all your hand and let me catch the car.
Join the Tobago People's Party for the TPP Sports and Family Day, June 19th, as we gather 10 a.m. at the Montgomery Recreational Ground. It's gonna be a sea of blue. So come in any shade. Blue is the code. Blue is the code.
Welcome back. The Institute of Marine Affairs has embarked on its annual monitoring program to assess the health and condition of coral reefs surrounding Tobago. Today, the team conducted a detailed survey of the eastern side of the Buku Reef. They observed that the water temperatures remained exceptionally warm for this season, a concerning phenomenon that could have significant impacts on marine life. During the examination, the IMA noted signs of coral bleaching. In the video they captured, it is evident that all the massive starlet corals in the area are experiencing bleaching. The corals have lost their usual pigmentation, and as a result, their bright blue protein pigments are now visible, giving them a striking, almost luminescent blue appearance. This loss of color is a clear indicator of stress and a disruption in the coral's symbiotic relationship with the algae that typically reside within them. The University of the West Indies recently hosted its annual Caribbean Academy of Fashion Design, Art and Design exhibition, where students presented their thesis pieces in the form of a fashion show. Tobago makeup artist and designer Nikia Rayan KB showcased her highly rated thesis collection, Peacock Resort 25, during the exhibition. Tobago Updates had the opportunity to chat with her about the collection and her passion for design. Here's more.
Makeup artist and designer Nikia Rayan KB shared that she moved to Trinidad 4 years ago to pursue a degree in fine arts and design at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. She said she began with makeup, continuing her passion in Trinidad.
I also started to develop my artistic skills a little more while I was in university, and also just finding my feel as a designer as well throughout doing the program.
KB said that in the end, she was able to develop her skills further through trial and error while doing her thesis collection, which she also marketed and created into her brand, President Neeks.
So my brand is a resort wear brand that creates resort wear for women who love to travel, who love to explore the world, who love art. So my brand really was an avenue for me to express my creativity in another aspect where I would be creating resort wear.
KB shared more about her thesis collection, Peak Resort 2025.
The Peak Resort 2025 collection is really my interpretation of how I studied the Indian peacock and its genetic variations, where I interpret it into a collection.
She highlighted that her collection was eco-friendly, utilizing 100% silk and rayon fabrics.
The processing doing the collection was very interesting. The preliminary stages where I had to cultivate the designs and create these pieces is where just me figuring out my style and how it is I want to move forward as a designer. Just getting into my niche in terms of how I do the hand painting designs on the actual garments itself.
She said this is where she tested the fabrics extensively and perfected her hand painting skills. KB described planning for the fashion show as tedious.
That I was really happy with the results. Everybody had amazing pieces, including myself as well, and the show was exceptionally done.
She said her journey was not easy as she experienced many trials, but she persevered because of her passion and with encouragement from family and friends. Moreover, KB said her brand will launch in January 2025 and her pieces will be ready for sale. For now, she will continue to focus on collaborating with photographers, videographers, and models while promoting her brand, noting that her thesis collection was also a way for her to make her debut as a designer. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Following a screening process held on June 8, 2024, 7 delegates have been selected to compete in the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Competition on July 11th at the Shore Park Complex. The delegates are Lenicia McKellar, Clavier Simpson, Sanika Caesar, Khadija Brasnell, Keena Macmillan, Shreese Trim, Amaya Yates. The Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, in a statement on its Facebook page, said the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2024 is sponsored by First Citizens. The Commission took the opportunity to remind the public that the Tobago Heritage Festival is a month-long event that begins on July 1st and ends on August 1st. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. More, live more.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Sun Up Tobago is here. Join us on Saturday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Delta Compound Argyle for an unforgettable summer experience. Enjoy an all-inclusive experience with mouth-watering food, coolers are allowed, and best island vibe. This is a tickets-only event. Get your tickets now at Barco, Lus, and Pablo's Argyle. Don't miss out on the event of the summer. Sun Up Tobago, sponsored by Tobago Updates, B-Mobile, State Solutions, and Thorns Place.
Look at people in here tonight.
Welcome back. According to the Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Stuart Young, finding the owners responsible for the vessels that caused the oil spill in Tobago is proving difficult. However, he told the Senate that the government is not giving up, and when they do find the owners, they will launch legal action for loss and damage. Candice Jackson has the story.
Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Stuart Young assured the Senate that the government is doing all it can to identify the owners of the vessels responsible for the oil spill in Tobago. Despite reports of a vessel named Solo Creed being captured by Angolan authorities, they are yet to confirm if it is the same tug believed to have been towing the Gulf Stream barge from Panama to Guyana before an unknown incident occurred, leading to the barge shipwrecking on a reef near Cove. The government also received claims of ownership from a Nigerian lawyer.
The Maritime Services Division are currently scrutinizing the validity of the claims, having initiated inquiries to the Nigerian government. However, at this time, there is reasonable suspicion related to this particular claim and correspondence.
While that is going on, Stuart stated that they are working with several international agencies and governments to find the persons against whom to begin legal action.
We will continue to use all of our relationships and resources, including an independent satellite provider, to attempt to ascertain the owner or owners of the vessels.
In the meantime, Independent Senator Dr. Paul Richards questioned the strength of maritime laws that can prevent such situations from occurring. Minister Young responded, stating that Trinidad and Tobago does have good maritime laws, but
unfortunately, this would not have helped us here in Trinidad in preventing the vessel from entering the way it did. However, we have raised those questions, for example, at the IOPC meeting a few weeks ago, and there is an obligation, for example, on Panama, which was a port that we know it last left, to have proper records, including confirmation of insurance, confirmation of ownership.
He accused Panama of not keeping detailed records of vessels leaving and entering its ports. Meanwhile, work continues on decanting the Gulf Stream of bunker fuel within its chambers.
They are currently looking at a further estimated 11,000 barrels of oil. The process has been, or fuel, the process has been somewhat delayed because, of course, this is on the Atlantic side with an overturned vessel on a reef. So every time there are rough waters or bad weather, they have to cease for safety reasons.
This is expected to be completed by the end of July. Until then, a 500-meter restriction zone remains around the vessel. Fishermen have been complaining about this restriction because they claim it is affecting their ability to access certain fishing grounds. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, staying with news of the oil spill, the Energy Minister provided information about tracking the owners of the Gulfstream vessel and the whereabouts of the Solo Creed tug. Independent Senator Paul Richards inquired about the extraction of the oil from the Gulfstream vessel and the environmental impacts of the oil spill.
Regarding Independent Senator Paul Richards' inquiry, Minister Stuart Young said the government has retained international operators along with TT Salvage and a sister company to extract the oil. Minister Young shared that they are currently looking at an estimated 11,000 barrels of oil to be extracted. However, this process has been delayed due to the Gulfstream barge being on the Atlantic side of the island on a reef.
So every time there are rough waters or bad weather, they have to cease for safety reasons. It is expected that the decanting of the fuel remaining will be completed by the end of July.
Senator Richards also asked about the Environmental Management Authority's involvement in ascertaining the damage to the reef and other surrounding areas due to the oil spill.
The EMA has been involved, but as well the IMA. We've also brought in other international experts in this area as well as some local experts, and they have been monitoring and doing the necessary evaluations of the effects on the environment, which so far, fortunately, have not been as disastrous as they could have been.
Furthermore, Opposition Senator Wade Mark questioned the Minister of Energy about where the vessel collected the oil to pass through Trinidad and Tobago's waters. Minister Young said this was akin to fingerprinting the fuel.
That has been done in terms of determining the equivalent of the DNA of the fuel, and we have asked that now be sent to all of the refineries that in the area and in the region for identification.
He said that this process was ongoing. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, a PH driver allegedly raped a 14-year-old girl while on her way to school and is now in police custody. On Monday, the student stopped the PH driver in hopes of getting to school. However, she was taken to another location where she was beaten and raped. The driver dropped her off on a road near the school after the incident. After contacting her relatives, she was taken to the Scarborough General Hospital to be medically examined and treated. The driver was later held by police. The weather report is next. Stay with us.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special. Wings Friday, 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT. Soup Saturday, 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoked bone. Special $150. Super Sunday, 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
aspect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met Office. Tonight, mostly fair and hazy with a gentle breeze. There is a low chance of the odd brisk shower. Tonight's temperatures should be around 27 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, predominantly hot, hazy, and at times breezy, despite the low chance of 1 or 2 brief passing showers. A mostly fair night is expected. Tomorrow's temperatures should reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 35 degrees. Seas slight to moderate with waves near 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter, occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. Sunrise 5:39 and the sunset at 6:26. That's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. $2.3 billion in supplementary appropriation passed. The IMA detects coral bleaching at Buku Reef. Emerging Tobago designer shines at fashion show with a thesis collection. And PH driver held for the alleged rape of a 14-year-old girl. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.